Hey guys, welcome in this new video. So I've recently made a video about Ubuntu and why you should not use it and why I personally recommend against Ubuntu for everybody, not just for beginners, especially for beginners, but I do not recommend Ubuntu to anyone. But if you still want to use Ubuntu, please make sure to follow these steps as these will improve your experience greatly on Ubuntu and you will have a less broken distro and applications. So the first step is to not use snaps and to install Flatpack, okay? So to install a Flatpack, you just have to search on your browser flathub setup, and then you have to click on setup flathub, and you click on Ubuntu, and you follow these easy steps. Now I just did it because I didn't want to restart during the video, but you just have to follow the steps in order. As you can see, they have an order. Okay, I make it extremely clear how you have to do because there are always some people that do not understand the most basic things. So first step, you have to install Flatpak. So you copy this command, you open the terminal, you paste this command and you run it. Okay, you have to input your password and I have already installed it, so it's not going to ask me anything. But if you didn't install Flatpak already, it will ask you if you want that. So you type Y and then you click enter to confirm. Then the second step is you have to install GNOME software, and this is the software manager, like GUI software manager store that you're going to use instead of the shitty Ubuntu one, because this thing right here, this is a snap, of course, and it will prompt you to install snap files, okay? And it doesn't have Flatpak support, so it's really useless and it will make your experience worse on Ubuntu. So you will have to completely avoid this application. You can already unpin it from here. So you copy this second command, the second step, then you, as always, paste it into the terminal, and I've already installed it. Of course, if you have not installed it, you have to type Y when it asks you to, type Y, and then click enter, and it will install it. Then the third step is to add the flathub repository. You just have to copy and paste the command again, then you enter it, and I already added it, so it doesn't ask me for my password, but it will ask you to input your password, and after that you will have Flatpak installed into your system. And the last step is to restart the computer, and then you will be able to install Flatpaks. So now that you have restarted your computer, how do you install Flatpaks? So you click on show all applications, and then you search for GNOME software, which is just called software, and you can pin this application to dock instead of the older Ubuntu software store. And I want to move it here. And if you open this application, it will look like this. It will be very pretty. You can update your entire system, and this application will have support for Flatpaks and the Debian repos. So it's perfect. You can update the system from here too. You don't have to go into the Ubuntu updater here, software updater. You don't have to open it, although you can still do that. But if you click here on updates, you can update both Flatpak and the Debian repos. So everything basically with just one click, which is very good. So now that we have this application installed, if we search for OBS, for example, we can see that I've installed it from the Ubuntu repos, but you can also install it from Flatpak, which is the one that I do recommend. And now we go into the second point, is to never use snaps. Just avoid them completely. So for example, let's install Steam. So you click on Steam, and here you can select if you want to install it from either Flathub or Ubuntu. And I usually want to install Steam with the Ubuntu deb file. So let's click on install, and it's super easy. It will just ask you for the password, and here you're installing Steam. So the next step, which is the third step for this video, is to never use the Ubuntu software application and to always use the GNOME software application. This is actually the GNOME software application. It's asking me something for this Steam installer, because this application is much better and it doesn't give you snaps. So you will have no chance of installing a snap package from here. So for example, if you want to install Google Chrome, let's say, you will find it either here in the software manager. If you search for Chrome, you will find it from Flathub, but you can also find Google Chrome from their official website. So let's search for Chrome, let's click on here, let's click on download, and as you can see, they offer an official deb and RPM file. Of course, I'm on Ubuntu, so I'm going to click on the deb one. and the download has started. And now that it has finished downloading this deb file, you can just click on show in folder and you can just double click it and open with software installed. And here it's loading the Google Chrome stable, which is just the deb file that we just installed. We click on install and it's going to install Google Chrome. So now we have Google Chrome installed as a deb file. So here it is. I pin it to dock and I'm going to unpin Firefox. I don't want to ever see it again because it's a snap. And if I open Google Chrome, it will work. So here it is. Now Chrome is running natively on Wayland 2. And the last step to make Ubuntu better is very optional, I'd say, but it's also very cool for me, so I'm going to show it to you. You want to install something called Extension Manager, which is a software that lets you, manage extensions for GNOME. And as you may have saw, we are installing it from Flathub, so that's the only way you can install this application is through Flathub. And the first time you install a Flatpack application, it may take a while because it's installing a bunch of dependencies. So yeah, don't worry, don't panic. It's actually downloading. It's just going to take a while. Okay, so it has finished, and here, once it finishes loading the page, I can click on open and search for browse. And I like blur, so I'm going to search for blur my shell. I don't know why I keep getting this bullshit connection error, like I'm clearly connected to the internet. Like if I search something, for example, like if I want, okay, let's go with Google. So if I go like on YouTube, I of course can search on Google, but like only on Ubuntu I get this bullshit, only on Ubuntu. Like even before starting to record, I've run the software updater just to see if I had some updates, but no, like look, it keeps saying internet connection failed, but it's not, because I can clearly open YouTube. Like Ubuntu is just broken. Like I don't know what to say. You should not use Ubuntu, and it's sad to say because it was one of the biggest distributions. It probably still is, and so if people use a broken distribution, that they might get a bad impression of Linux. They say, oh, Linux is broken, Linux is bad. No, it's Ubuntu that it's broken. Like I don't know what to say. Like now it loads. Let's see. Blur my shell. Okay, so now it magically loaded and now he got the internet connection. Okay, so anyways, let's click on install. And now with this wallpaper, it's not really, apparent, but if I change background and I choose like a lighter one, like this one, as you can see, this is blurred. Now it does have rounded corners, which I'm going to disable instantly because I don't want that. Looks weird. I'm going to click on dash here. So what I've done basically for the newbies is I've gone into installed again. Blur my shell is here. I click on the gear icon, then I go into dash, and then I select dynamic. And as you can see, it's not like random anymore. You can also disable the blur in the panel right here. If you don't like it, you just click on panel and disable it. I do like it, so I'm gonna keep it. And that's everything, really. It also adds a nice blur here in the background, otherwise it would be gray. And yeah, I think this is everything to make Ubuntu like a better experience, but it is full of inconsistencies. Like look at these buttons, why are they this small? Like look at OBS. Like, why does it have these buttons? Why do these buttons look weird? Why do these buttons look weird here? If you look into the settings here, why does the settings sidebar have the blue tint of the like new GNOME 48? Because the new GNOME 48 will have a new dark theme with blue tint, and then here I have the older dark theme with a gray tint. Like I just don't get it. Like these things just make it look bad, honestly. Super inconsistent desktop, that's for sure. But these are minor issues. Like you saw, it kept saying I didn't have an internet connection, while I do have, look, it says check your internet connection. Like I am clearly connected. Like I've shown you countless times. I can open YouTube and it's gonna open, right? Like it's gonna open, everything is gonna open. But yeah, for some reason, some apps are just broken. Like Ubuntu is just broken. So I can't recommend it to anybody. You will just have a bad experience. Now with these three things, you might have you will for sure have a nicer experience on Ubuntu, although it's still broken. So yeah, that's all I had to say for this video. Do not use Ubuntu. If you have to use it, make sure you follow the steps that I showed you in this video. And that's it for today's video. I hope it helped. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It will really help the channel grow. I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.